Hello everyone, it's Fatima Kahi, and this is me ready to road trip. Okay, it's only about 200 kilometers, so it probably doesn't qualify as a road trip, but hey, let's just call the glass half full, shall we? I'm gonna be driving with my mom's partner, Margie. Margie took me to the coffee shop where she'd routinely get breakfast back when she used to work in the Overberg. Though it's been years, the staff instantly recognized her and I thought, wow, that's the kind of relationship I want to have with life one day. I hope someday I can also show someone my nostalgic coffee shop and that the staff and I would remember each other in the same way. Honestly, seeing these mountains, this road again, made me feel like a part of myself came back to life. I was excited to be going back to a place I'd called home for so long. On our way, we passed Botrivier, Van Brakelstor, and finally, Caledon. Caledon is the first easily identifiable town. Margie took me down a different route to the entrance of the town to show me the Museum of the Freemasons in Caledon. I actually never knew about this place. Margie knows about this place because Margie used to live here in her Overberg days. In fact, she used to live right over there, right in the center of the town. And finally, you know you're approaching Napier when you drive past this beautiful blue gum grove. Although my family's from Struisbaai and Bredasdorp, my mom and sister have moved and now rent a quaint little bachelor pad in the center of Napier. It's nostalgic and close to all the main points of interest, and this was going to be my first time visiting them here. Napier really is serene and picturesque. Even the clouds seem to hover carefree and at peace. In true Napier fashion, everything was already closed by the time we got there, so we could only walk past shops and enjoy the beauty that the street had to offer. Later on that day, we decided to drive down to Struisbaai, which is where a lot of my dad's family's from. Also, for over 150 years, my paternal family has been the only Muslim family with Indonesian heritage in Bredasdorp. It wasn't easy for my great great grandfather to establish and practice his culture and religion in a place that never welcomed or tolerated it. But 180 years later, I can thank my family for the sacrifices that they made so we can remember who we are and know where we came from. I also got to see our old house for the first time since 2016, where we lived next to another one of my paternal aunts who's also from Struisbaai. There was something truly purging about breathing in the air of a place that held not only childhood memories, but also so much ancestral history. It felt like coming back to somewhere where a large part of me began, all the way back in 1817, when a ship named the Mentor got wrecked along this coast. It carried slaves from Java that were destined to reach the Cape of Good Hope, but ended up meeting a different fate in the Cape of Needles instead. For my ancestors, this was hope, and coming back out here to walk along this same coast with my mom again gave me a new sense of hope. That even though my ship was wrecked and I'd lost so many valuable things in the seas of life, the waters in which I could lose myself for hours as a kid gave me back my very sense of self. That evening, we had not a traditional, but a very simple meal. I'm used to always breaking my fast alone, so I was more than happy to eat with my mom and Marky. I also wanted to share a humble collection of pictures that I think you really won't be able to take anywhere else. Not anywhere else other than the Overberg. Okay, wait. Before I say goodbye, I have to tell you guys about our mini mountain hike that almost happened and then didn't happen. To my mom's disappointment, and now to my own as well.
This whole time I thought we were on the mountain. I was wrong. We've only just arrived. Yeah, let's do this.
So essentially, you guys, we walked and talked and walked. This place was so tranquil and so quiet. Literally, this was where the power cables just stopped. This was nowhere, but it felt like everywhere was very neatly folded into this single but vast space. But then we saw these. My mom was so disappointed that Margie and I chickened out. But Margie was freaked out and then I freaked out. And it was probably just like a baboon or something, but we were just thinking like, wildcats. Oh my gosh. And I know we could have just been like, bear down and keep walking, but everyone else was hiking with dogs and we were hiking with phones that had no signal. We had no leverage here, people. My mom really wanted to show us the view from the top of the mountain, though, and looking back, I think we overreacted. Who knows when I'll get to see the top of Napier's mountain with my mother again? I'm sorry, Mom. So, just as a side note, if you ever get the opportunity to do something special with a loved one, don't let fear of the unknown get in the way of making a memorable moment, because fear is transitory. But memories become part of who we are.